Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. I'm about to get started on the GR Circuit Edition here to give the boys a little bit of a head start. We're going to PPF and do some coatings on this vehicle, some tint, and I thought I would get some footage and give you yet another option on something you could possibly use to strip the surface. When you're about to lay down any type of protection, good friends, and I know I've mentioned this before, you want to make sure the surface is stripped down to squeaky, clean, bare, clear coat, or single stage, or whatever you're working on. The two most important issues or points when it comes to any type of protection, a wax, a sealant, especially a coating, and even PPF, bonding and cure time. I talked about cure time in a recent video. In today's video, we're going to concentrate on bonding. And to get the best bond with any protectant, you want to make sure that that surface is absolutely, has a clean slate. And I don't care if it's brand new like this or used. This has to get transported from wherever it's made a long way. And along that way, it can build up films, hard water. If it's local and it's been used in eastern PA here or the Northeast, we're talking about calcium and limestone deposits, clay in eastern Pennsylvania. Those clay deposits and hard water deposits, along with traffic film, can can build up a layer that can actually get between your protectant and the surface. Today we'll show you another option you can add to your arsenal, maybe, something to look into to help you clean that slate. Let's get the video started. With the shop manager keeping a close eye on me, I guess it's time to get to work or look busy. So let's hop on over onto the GR Circuit Edition. As you can see, it's dirty. It hasn't been prepped, and that's exactly the way we like them to come from the dealership anyways. We don't want them to lay a finger on the car. The more they touch the car, the more damage they do. So we get them with sometimes the plastic left on, sometimes the plastic pulled completely off. And what I mean by that is the transportation film or plastic that the vehicle comes in to, well, help stop with rock chips. So we're going to clean it up and take it from there and protect it properly. Neat little car. I bet it's fun. It is very dirty. It's going to take a little bit of time to do this wash process and the full decon and get this paint stripped clean and ready for protection. I really enjoy the forged carbon roof here as well. That's going to get a bit of matte PPF on it for protection from UVA. So today we're going to use the Purifica from Lobo Cosmetica, and we're going to use it in different ways with different dilution ratios. It is an acidic cleaner, slightly acidic, and the way you dilute it will determine how successful you are It's nothing that's going to cause any type of damage. You just want to adjust it for the contaminants you're going after. We're going to start with the product diluted a good 400 to 1 or 200 to 1 in this spray canister, and we're going to start from the inside out. We protect every square inch, all painted surfaces, and it starts inside the gas cap, inside the door jamb, under the hatch, under the hood, you name it. We like to rinse these areas with the open-ended hose, no attachments, just low pressure, so the water's not splashing all over the place into the interior of the car. If you're rinsing inside the gas cap, it won't splash back into your eyes. With that finished, we'll button everything up once again, and we'll start working on painted surfaces on the outside of the vehicle. For the wheels, we want to strip them clean as well. They're getting coated at the calipers. In addition, we're going to start off with the Armor Wheel Cleaner, and then follow that up with a little bit of the Purifica mixed in a foam cannon. And in the foam cannon, you can do it 5 to 1, 10 to 1, and anywhere in between, and the adjustment will depend on what you're going after. Repeat the process for all wheels and wheel wells, and we can move on to the next step. So between the dedicated wheel cleaner, which can go after the ferrous metals, and the slightly acidic touch from Lobo Cosmetica, I am confident the wheels are now ready for protection. For the pre-rinse in the foam lance, that's going to be, again, anywhere between 5-to-1 and 10-to-1. Your vehicle that hasn't been washed in forever, 5-to-1. Something like this, which is rather new, 10-to-1 is perfectly fine. Get it on there thick. What are you saving for? Get it on there as thick as you can. Let it dwell for 5 minutes or as long as you can get away with it before it starts to dry on the surface. And if it does, just re-wet it so you can reactivate it and rinse it free completely. You don't want to let it dry on the vehicle if you have direct sunlight for very long. So let it go as long as you can. But once it gets to that point, rinse it off thoroughly, and that will be your pre-rinse, and you can move on to the contact wash. While I'm waiting those few minutes to go by, while it's doing its thing and it's hanging on the paint, I'm going to go around with my soft detailing brush and get in and around all of the emblems in the corners, anywhere dirt can hide. As you're doing PPF, you want to make sure nothing is hiding that can be rinsed out from those hiding spots and flush into the film or your coating. I will hit it again. I'll cover the vehicle with that exact same mixture, same ratio from the foam cannon, and that is going to be the soap that I use to wash the vehicle with the wash mitts. The mitts are already soaking in a bucket. That's 200-to-1. The foam lance is 10-to-1, so they're pretty much about a nice even match. I'll let the foam dwell on there a few more minutes, and it's time for the contact wash from top to bottom using 5 mitts. 1 mitt for the top of the car, the second mitt for the driver's side, third for the passenger side, 4th mitt for the front, 5th mitt for the back. I'll then address those mitts later. I'll wash them, tumble dry, low heat, delint them, and it's time to start all over again on the next car. As a shampoo coming out of the foam lance, perfectly fine. I never cared about a lot of foam personally anyways, but it's a little bit of a runny foam. That's perfectly fine. It'll carry that mess down the side of the car and free from the surface, what it can anyway. It's limited when you're using it as a pre-rinse coming out of the foam lance. As a shampoo for contact wash, there's plenty of lubrication there. It cleans perfectly fine. And with that little bit of power, that oomph, that acidic power, you are stripping that surface and getting it ready. Take your time after the contact wash and rinse the surface thoroughly from top to bottom, especially if you're outside. Then it's time to dry it. You want to dry it completely, however you do it. Forced air or shop towels, it doesn't matter, and you're ready for the next step. This is just a snapshot again. The other steps that should be included with the decontamination, clay, knit, or your clay bar, and also a ferrous metal remover. And right before any type of correction, I also go over it with a panel prep, just to be sure. I am now ready to hand it over to the boys, to the two brines, and let them have at it. I think it looks fantastic already, and the looks will only improve as we continue on with this package. That will do it for this video, good friends. So this was just a quick snapshot today of a small portion of what we did to prep this vehicle. And it's now ready for the next step, which is hand it over to the boys so they can do their thing with coatings and PPF, window tint, and whatever else we're doing. This video will give you another option. I'll put a link down below so you can look into it. This combined with the rest of your decon regimen will strip that surface clean, bonded contaminants, films of any kind, hard water deposits, and then what you lay down will get the best bond with it. Team that up with the proper cure time with whatever protectant you're laying down, and you will get the most out of that protectant in your area, which may be subjective. It's not the same everywhere. But I hope that helps. Brian from Apex Detail, always happy to spend a few minutes with you throughout the evening, and I'll catch you in the next video.